Hello everybody and welcome back to GamingOnCaffeine. My name is Isaac and we are back with a brand new series. Today we are going to be playing the Hypovolemia mod pack, which is a HQM mod pack available on the Curse and Feed the Beast launches. I'll put instructions in the description if you want to play along with this. But it caught my eye a few days ago and I started playing around with it and it got me hooked. I really enjoyed playing this mod pack and so I thought we would do a series on it. It's been a really long time since we did a single player questing series. I think Blast Off was like the last one we did, and that was like 6 months ago now, and so I figured it was about time we started a new single player series on a questing mod pack. So without further ado, let's have a look in here. It starts off with this little introduction. You feel dizzy as you awake. The last thing you remember is driving home after having a good double whopper at the King. It feels wrong, your body feels wrong, your surroundings feel wrong. With aching muscles, you get up and look around. So the first quest here, under Did I Die, Where Am I, is this one here. And we have to get ourselves one bone and one skeleton skull. And this is where the mod pack kind of starts to differentiate itself from Minecraft as a whole. Because as you can see, this terrain looks drastically different from any normal Minecraft terrain. And it's actually all like this. This is the only biome that goes on forever and ever and ever. And it's very reminiscent of Regrowth. For those, any of you who played that mod pack, it's very similar in theme to that, at least to start with. We have these pillars all over the place, which are custom pillars made by the mod pack creator, and when we break these are called bones. When we break these, we get these skeleton skulls as well as the normal bones, which is quite useful because pretty early on we are going to have to do like the standard Minecraft thing of getting ourselves some trees, and having all of these bones for bone meal actually makes that a heck of a lot easier. So, boom, first quest is done.
Make crop sticks. Place them on top of farmland and you can grow your seeds. Place crop sticks 2 times to make them cross. This is used to mutate the seeds adjacent to the cross. Mutations, soils, and products can be found in the NEI.
Okay, so the quest does have little bits of lore. It has this lore book over here, which you might have seen before in other quest packs. I've seen it in, I think Material Energy was the last one I saw this in. But basically, occasionally when we complete quests or we pick up those lore pages, it is going to read some stuff out. That one there was teaching us how to use the crop sticks from AgriCraft. I'm not quite sure why it taught us just then. Did we get some? We didn't, so I'm not quite sure why we were taught that just then, but that's fine. We can move on to the next quest, which is to make a crafting table. And if we quickly take a peek in NEI, we can do that by crafting 4 bones. Fairly simple stuff, and kind of obvious given that we were just given a ton of bones. We do have Tinker's Construct installed, which means we can go ahead and straight away make ourselves a crafting station. And from there, the next quest, actually we can go ahead and claim that and get ourselves some apples, jumps us in to the main core of this mod pack, and that is blood magic. The pack focuses massively around blood magic. Now, it's not... Blood magic has been tweaked a heck of a lot to make it work as like the base of this pack, and it's not all blood magic throughout. There are a bunch of other mods in it as well. We have all the magic mods, Thaumcraft, Botania, stuff like that. We also have Applied Energistics. I think Mechanism is the main like technology mod of choice within this mod pack, which is pretty cool. You don't usually see that. Usually they go with thermal expansion, Ender, all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, we're going to get to play with Mechanism and stuff like that. Now, the next quest in the quest line here is to make the Blood Altar, which of course has been made much, much easier in the recipe here. It's in fact just a skeleton skull surrounded by some bones. So, if we go ahead and do something like that, boom, we get ourselves a blood altar. And then, of course, after we've got ourselves a good old-fashioned blood altar, we are going to need this guy here, the Sacrificial Knife, which is what we use to power the blood altar. Sacrificial Knife, this thing has again been tweaked to make it much, much easier to make. Boom, boom, and boom. And there we go. So, for those who don't know how blood magic works, I'm assuming most people do, but some might not. The way that it works is basically, you use the Sacrificial Knife, you right-click, and it will take 1 heart off you and put, I think it's 200 milliliters or 200 units of life essence or blood into the blood altar, and we can keep doing that over and over and over again like this. We don't want to do too much because if we die, we respawn with what's known as sulfur, which makes us a lot harder to do, basically. So you don't want to die, but you want to make sure you kind of get as much in this thing as possible, and then we can use this to actually start to craft stuff. For instance, if we go back in here and we look at the dirt quest, this one wants us to make dirt, and that would imply that there is some nice easy way to make dirt using the blood altar. And if we go across a few pages, there is. In a tier 1 blood altar, which is what we have in front of us, you can put 1 skeleton skull in, use 100 life points, which is about half a heart's worth, and get 1 piece of dirt. So, if we go ahead and do something like that, give it a few seconds, And boom, we get some dirt. Nice. It took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to take, but we now have some dirt, and we get to choose between a golden apple and some normal apples. I'm going to take the golden apple because I've played this a little bit, and I know that the regeneration is actually really helpful, especially early on. And then we have this one here at home with the Willow Tree, and this quest here tasks us with getting 1 oak sapling, which again, now that we've got ourselves some dirt, should be fairly easy. It's actually super easy without dirt. We need 2 skeleton skulls and 3 bones, which again, if we go into our crafting table, is pretty easy. And now that we've got ourselves both some dirt and a sapling, and as well as a lot of bones, we can go ahead and get a tree. Nice. That took a lot more bone meal than I was expecting, but we now have a tree. Now, tool-wise, tools are a little harder to come by, because as you'll notice, right now we haven't actually made any wood. But if we go, well, we haven't made any wood, but we have it right here. But if we were to go ahead and grab this oak wood and try and craft it, it doesn't work. It gives us wooden splinters, which are not used to make tools. We can, however, go ahead and put those wooden splinters into the blood altar and use that to get us some oak planks. So, if we go ahead and pick that up real quick and throw it in there. Thankfully, the time it takes to do this recipe is much, much quicker. It turns almost instantly into wooden planks, which is quite nice. I assume that the mod pack developer there realized it would be a little bit tedious if it took, like, super long for these to craft up. But now we can go ahead and make ourselves some sticks, and I'm not going to quite make an axe just yet, because I'm fairly certain that in a few quests' time, we're going to get some cobblestone over here. So, first of all, let's go ahead and claim these rewards that we've been not claiming so far. I don't see any point in taking bones over apples, because bones are, like, super easy to get. We have these things all over the place. So I'm not going to bother with that just yet. But we have completed a lot of quests here. I will take the golden apple again. And we're about to get some more lore pages here.
This mod pack heavily relies on blood magic. Here is a...
Okay, so he's now done. It is getting dark very, very quickly. Now, one thing I will point out is the darkness is really dark. Now, we really need a torch. We have one here, which is good. You'll see it lights up as we move around, but the darkness is really, really dark, and we do not want to be where we are right now when it, like, starts to get really dark. We did get some gravel there. I'm pretty sure leaving gravel in there even longer gets us cobblestone. I want to pick it up real quick so that we could complete the quest. There we go, because we need to have it to hand in to grab this golden apple. I will claim that and then put it back in to get the cobblestone, which is the next thing on the list here. We probably should make a pickaxe. I was going to wait until we had some cobblestone to make a pickaxe, and actually I might... Oh, did I go straight past the cobblestone? Oh, what the heck? Okay. One more try here. It's getting dark. I died. What the heck? Okay. It's fine. I'm right here. Do we have the sulfurate? Yeah, okay. So we have the sulfurate debuff. And basically what that does, and I'm not quite sure why there's 2 bodies here, but basically, can I get this? Can I? Okay, so this is my body. Basically what the sulfurate debuff does is we get less life points. I can't get this. Oh. I can take it all. Okay. We get less life points every time we use the sacrificial dagger. So basically, every time that we do this, much less life points go into the blood altar, which makes it a lot harder to actually get stuff done. There is some cobblestone, which I want to take out before it goes away. Thank you very much. Let's claim the reward of cobblestone for that, and then let's quickly make ourselves a pickaxe and get ourselves dug into a hole, because there are mobs all around us. It is extremely dark, and I am a little bit terrified. So we're going to dig down here. I might go ahead and bring the blood altar with me, just to make sure that we can kind of keep doing stuff whilst we're down here. But we'll dig out like a little bit of a room here, and then we'll go ahead and hand in all those quests that we just completed. We should probably look... do I want to bring my torch down here? I'm not too sure, actually, because I don't think any mobs are going to spawn down here, so we should be fine. But we'll do this. We'll kind of, like, dig out just a tiny little hole. There are no mobs just yet. Let's pick this guy up. Let's pick up our blood altar, and let's get the heck out of here. We can come back up when the day starts. Actually, you know what? I will bring this torch with me. Goodbye, guys. Just because I want to block this up. Ugh, there we go. Okay, well, isn't this cozy? All right, let me turn down creature sounds real quick. Hostile creatures can go right down. We'll put the blood altar down. We'll put our crafting table down. And look at this. Look how cozy this is. It's lovely. All right, into the quest book. We have now completed another set of quests. We did that. We did complete sand, but sand actually wasn't a requirement. The next thing on the list is some netherrack, which I think is just sand. Oh no, it's cobblestone in the blood altar with 400 life points. Now, we still have sulfurate, which is not great, because I think that means we get 50 life points every time we do this, as opposed to the 200 that we normally get. So instead, let's take a look down the other quest line here real quick. One wants us to make a furnace. We do have enough cobblestone to make that happen, so we'll go ahead and whip one of those up real quick and then claim the reward of either a Minicio block, another torch, or 10 apples. Now, Manitia is kind of a good point, actually. I didn't talk about this at all, but we got ourselves some water seeds and some earth seeds for completing an earlier quest, and that is because this mod pack relies heavily on magical crops to get a lot of the resources in the game. A lot like within the regrowth mod pack, you use magical crops. No. A lot like within the regrowth mod pack, you use magical crops to get a lot of the stuff, especially in the late game, and so we need quite a bit of Manitio Essence to get started, but if we look up the recipe for Manitio Essence, we can get it by putting some of this red rock into a tier 2 blood altar. Now you'll notice the red rock is absolutely everywhere, but we do need to get a tier 2 blood altar before that works, so I am going to start by getting myself a simple Manitio block here. And that gets us a bunch of oreberry bushes, which is how we get our early game resources such as iron, such as gold, copper, and tin. And for these to work, we need to dig out like a nice dark space, because if you'll notice, we can't put these down, well, we can put them here. You can't put them down in bright spaces, so I can't put them down above the surface, like I can't put them down as you would normally put a plant down. Instead, they need to be like a dark little cave. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out a bit of space over here and put all of these down. Now, they do hurt you if you walk into them, so preferably there will be like a nice little gap between them all so we can kind of walk through them and not get stung. So I'll do that. I'll put down gold like there, and then let's dig out just a little bit more space for the copper and the tin ones. We don't really need gold, copper, or tin all too soon, but iron especially is going to be really useful for some of the near quests, because if we look again in the quest book here, this quest here wants us to get 1 iron oreberry, which we get from 1 iron oreberry bush. Now, the good thing is, or the good news is, that it doesn't work in the way it normally works. Usually, you need 9 iron oreberries to get 1 iron ingot. If that was the case, this would be incredibly tedious, and thankfully, it's not the case. Instead, what you have to do in this mod pack is get 1 iron oreberry bush, and you can then smelt it into 3 iron ingots. So it's a lot easier to get iron, especially early on here. So let's go ahead and break all this down. Unfortunately, it does take a little bit of time for these to actually grow, so we might be waiting a little bit for those first 3 iron ingots, but whilst we're waiting for that, we can again look in the quest book, and the next quest that we have are to make the Sigil of the Green Grove, to make the Growth Pulsar. How do we make the Growth Pulsar? I'm not too sure if the Growth Pulsar works on this guy over here, but to make that, we need 4 stone, 4 Manitio blocks, and 1 diamond. We do have the Manitio blocks now required. We could probably get the stone fairly easily by putting dirt and stuff into the blood altar, but the diamond would be a little harder to get. Now, I'm fairly certain there is a quest here, actually, there it is, that gives us the diamond. So to do that, we need to get ourselves 1 clay, and to get clay, we need to use the earth and water seeds that we were given, because we use water essence and earth essence to get the clay. Now, to do that, we're going to need a few things. First of all, we're going to need some dirt, so let's go ahead and plonk this down, I guess, for now, right about there. We're going to need some crop sticks, because with AgriCraft installed, every single one of the recipes requires crop sticks. And we're also going to need to make ourselves a hoe. Now, to make the hoe, we're going to need, I guess, more cobblestone. So let's go ahead and put you in there and grab our sacrificial dagger real quick. Sulfur has worn off now, so we are getting the full effect of all of our life points again. We couldn't get a little bit close. We do want to make sure that we're on full hunger at all times, because our health will not regenerate if we're not on full hunger. That gets some gravel. We need 1 more piece of cobblestone to make this hoe work. And then once that's done, we should be able to go ahead and make that clay fairly easily, because in this mod pack, normal bone meal does work on magical crops, making it a lot easier to get some stuff like that. Any second now, this thing will transfer over. Let's put a little bit more blood in there just to make sure it keeps working. These things are taking time, but that's fine. There we go. Boom, we'll take you, and there we go. Nice. So we'll put that there. We'll put down our crop sticks. We will grab our water seeds, I guess, to start with here. And if we go ahead and do something like this, and then I think normally if you right-click, it doesn't work. If you shift right-click, it does work. I'm not sure if that's like a bug or if that's how that's supposed to work. But if we do that a few times, we can go ahead and get ourselves the 2 water essence. And then we can do the exact same thing with the earth seeds, like so. Boom. It took 1 more than I thought it would. And then again, boom. And now all we need to do is craft those up into some clay. Nice. And then again, back to the quest book. We can complete that quest, at which point we now have the diamond it takes to go ahead and make the growth pulsar. But we do need the 4 cobblestone, so we're going to have to use our skulls here throw them in there, and let them do their thing. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to go away again. I'm going to make sure that I keep my hunger here. But basically, I'm going to go away. I'm going to make 4 more cobblestone. And I'll be back in a second. Okay, so a little while later, we now have 4 cobblestone, which I'm going to go ahead and quickly throw into the furnace down here. I did go ahead and grab myself some more wood. It is daytime again. Now, the reason I moved the blood altar back outside, and the reason that you're hearing that horrible, like, I'm getting hit noise, is because I accidentally killed myself down here by going a bit too hard on the sacrificial knife. And when I came back, first of all, this guy is here. I can't get rid of this guy, which means I can't put the blood altar back down over here for some reason. And then also, I pushed this guy out of the way, and he is now on top of these aubrey bushes. He is not dying, but I also can't get him off of this thing by the looks of things without destroying the aubrey bush. And so I don't want to do that because the iron aubrey bush is one that we actually are going to need fairly soon, and it's going into its second stage. So if possible, I would like to get him like off this here. Now, I'd like to not die as well, because sulfur is something that's really going to hurt us if we keep getting it. But let's take a look. Is this done? It is. We'll take all 4 of you, and we should now be able to make ourselves a growth pulsar, like so. Now, the way that this works is if you put it beneath the soil of a crop, it should grow faster. Now, I'm not sure if this works with... I'm going to try not to die here. I'm not sure if this works with auberry bushes. Like, I'm not sure at all if that works with auberry bushes, but I'm going to go ahead and try it to see if it works. I'm going to put it right there and see if that works. I don't know if I'm supposed to put it here or... Let me test something real quick. If I get rid of this, does I get rid of the auberry bush? It doesn't. So let me try putting it directly beneath the auberry bush, like right there. That might make it grow faster, but I have no idea. I have honestly no idea. Once that's done, once we're done with this, we can eventually move it over and try it on magical crops. So for now, I'm just going to move like out of here so that we don't die and don't have to listen to that horrible sound. And we're going to go ahead and look back into the quest book. So in here now, we have the quest for netherrack, which is one that we can do fairly easily by just leaving some cobblestone in here, but we do need a little bit more blood to make that happen. In fact, we could eat one of our golden apples here to regenerate our health just a little bit faster. We only get 3 seconds, or maybe 5 seconds, I guess, of regeneration, but that should be more than enough to actually make this happen. So let's put you in there, and then let's just go ahead and use quite a bit of our life essence there to get that into sand and then into cobblestone. Probably should have used the sand instead of the gravel, actually, but that's fine. What else do we need to do? We've done this quest. We can claim our diamond. To make the sigil of the green grove, my goodness, I'm going to have to turn block sounds off because, wow, that's real annoying. Is it block sound? It might be player sound. It's not either. Okay, apparently it's friendly creature sounds, for those who are wondering. Alright, let's keep going with this. Now, that should only need 400 life points to get back to netherrack. So that we should have more than enough in there now, because I'm pretty sure we get 200 per deposit of lifeblood. And the mod we need for the sigil of the green grove, we need 4 endstone and 1 blank slate. Now, the way that we get endstone is actually shown to us in a second, and you might be able to guess it from the progression of this line over here. Let me quickly grab that netherrack just to complete the quest. Thank you very much. I'll take some cobblestone, and then let's throw that back in there. Cool. Now, this apple is actually super useful because this one gives us the same kind of regeneration that this one does, but like super quickly. It gives us loads of regeneration for a lot longer than 5 seconds. And so this one is very useful for quests that require, or items that require, like maybe more than a few hundred milliliters or a few hundred units of blood in the blood altar. For example, I think there's one coming up fairly soon in the form of this, maybe, that requires like, I think, 10,000 life points. And so having that regeneration to get that into there is actually super useful. So here's some endstone. We can go ahead and claim our reward of some more cobblestone for making that. And now, all that we really need is this iron, which is actually... Oh, I don't want to die. Is actually on its way. I don't think it's done yet. I can't get to the thing because of the body. It's not done yet. You'll see like some little berries on here once it's done. But this one is getting super close to being actually ready to harvest. And other than that, I'm not sure if there's any quests we can do right now. There's only this one and this one. Also, we do have this one actually over here. While my energy lowers, this one tasks us with making a Blood Dynamo. And a Blood Dynamo, basically, as you might be able to guess, uses blood to make life points. And the way we use this is by crafting a blood altar with some blocks of redstone. Blocks of redstone can be made with sand and buckets of lava, which we'll get into in a second, because as you can see here, once we got the iron, buckets of lava come pretty soon after. So, what I'm going to do now, guys, again, I'm going to go away. I'm going to wait for this iron aubrey bush to actually, like, fruit some of the iron ores after. And whilst I do wait, I'm going to go ahead and try and make myself the 4 endstone required to make the sigil of the green grove. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so a little while later, we had a bit of an accident involving what I assume was a creeper, but I'm not actually quite sure. I'll show the clip, but I have no idea what happened. It just went real dark real quick, but thankfully it didn't kill most of the stuff that we needed. It did take out my crafting table and nothing else, I don't think. It killed me, but thankfully I got my stuff back from a corpse, which I have now buried under this red cobblestone, and it is a little bit darker down here now as well, but we should be good to go. Okay, let's do this real quick. My sulfur has just worn off, so let me go ahead and quickly get enough planks to make myself a second crafting station. The iron aubrey bush did give me some stuff. It gave me 2 iron aubrey's, actually, which is quite nice. So we can go ahead and use those in the furnace over here to make ourselves some iron ingots, which I'll do right about now, because I'm fairly certain that that is one of our quests. And then let's go ahead and quickly make not one of those, because it's done like this. I am a fool. Let's make ourselves a crafting table and a crafting station. Cool stuff. We'll put that back down. And what I think I need to work on, like, real quick is getting a perimeter set up, like a wall, so that we can't get invaded by mobs every time something bad happens. So let's get rid of this real quick. And let's see about making, first of all, a new torch, which should be fairly easy to do. I'm not quite sure what happened to my saplings, but let's make ourselves let's get some more bones. Let's make another tree. And then we can hopefully cook that wood into charcoal and then use that charcoal for a torch. At least that's my plan. But we do now have the iron ore, which is a quest. I will go ahead and accept that in just a second. I did also get something else. I can't remember. I've been completely like disorganized now. Like, I forgot what I was doing completely after that explosion. Let's have a look. We did the iron. We can go ahead and claim that, which does give us a bucket, which actually forms a vital part of what makes this mod pack a little bit easier from now on, because doing this whole like life alter blood point thing that we've been doing up until now works just fine, but it can get a little bit tedious. Now, the good news is that we don't have to do it forever. In fact, the fact that we now have these the bucket means that we can go to any of our nearby lakes. You'll notice on the minimap, maybe, I don't know if we found one yet, that there are massive lakes of blood all over the place, which you can actually use to, like, grab a full bucket worth of blood and put it into the altar. And eventually, you know, you can automate that with pumps and stuff and mechanism, and kind of automate the production of stuff like that, which is going to be pretty cool. But for now, let's just grab a few more of these oak planks. Let's whack these into the furnace and hopefully get ourselves at least one piece of charcoal. That is now done. What else was I wanting to do real quick? Oh yeah, that's the thing. So the Sigil of the Green Grove is... Oh, did I lose my endstone? How did I lose my endstone? Oh, what the heck? Okay, so apparently I lost my endstone at some point. I did have all 4 endstone. I was kind of just waiting for everything to finish, but apparently I lost that. Let's go ahead and make a torch like so, and thankfully now we can start to light this place. So we should probably actually make quite a few torches and start to light up a little bit of the outside area as well, so we have a bit of like freedom from where the mobs are going to spawn. But basically what I think I'm going to do now, guys, is between episodes I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to build like a big perimeter. We've got quite a bit of red cobblestone now, and I think I'm going to mine quite a bit more as well, because we've got the resources we need to make a few more pickaxes. I'm going to go ahead and try and build quite the perimeter kind of around us. It's probably not going to be massive for the time being, just big enough to enclose our little hovel and our tree, so we've got enough space to kind of build stuff. But I would like to get some kind of perimeter like this up and running so that the mobs can't get us when night falls. We can kind of just hide out within our little perimeter and not get attacked. Spiders are probably still going to be a bit of an issue, because spiders can, of course, jump over any wall that we put up. We might want to put a roof on it, but putting a roof on it kind of stops the trees growing. I guess if we make it tall enough, it could work. But yeah, what I'm going to do between episodes, guys, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to build a bit of a wall like this, so we have a bit of a space to be safe from everything else. I'll probably dig like a bit of a ditch around it as well, so that they can't, like, so it's a lot harder for them to climb up if they do try and do it. I'll also go ahead and grab all of the endstone again, so that next time we can come back, we can make the Sigil of the Green Grove. We can also go hunting for a Lake of Life essence, so we can go ahead and find that. There is also another way of doing it, by the way. We can also just put this bucket into the blood altar with so many life points, I think, and that gives us a bucket worth of life essence as well. Yeah, it does, but I would much rather go out and find one of those lakes so we can use that. We might even end up moving closer to a lake so that we can get a nice easy source of blood in the future. But for now, guys, I'm going to end this first episode of Hypovolemia there. Thanks for watching. As always, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to like it. It will just help out a lot. Tell me down in the comment section what you think of this mod pack. If you'd like to see more, this is kind of like a pilot episode. If you want to see more of the series, let me know, and I will see you guys next time.